Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and controversial topics in modern military aviation, the F-35 fighter jet, and the question of why Israel is the only country allowed to deeply customize it. This story goes far beyond simple upgrades. It's about strategy, diplomacy, trust, geopolitics, and the unique position Israel holds in the global defense ecosystem. So let's break it down in simple and powerful terms. The F-35 isn't just any aircraft. It's one of the most advanced multi-role stealth fighters in the world, combining cutting-edge sensors, advanced avionics, electronic warfare features, and an integrated battlefield network that gives pilots unmatched situational awareness. But while many allied nations operate the F-35, only one has been given special access to modify the jet from the inside out: Israel. This privilege is extremely rare, because the F-35's internal systems are heavily protected, with restrictions tied directly to U.S. national security. So the fact that Israel has access to them immediately raises the question: what makes Israel different? One major reason is the U.S. commitment to maintaining Israel's qualitative military edge. This policy means Israel must always remain more advanced militarily than any potential regional threat. Allowing Israel to customize the F-35 strengthens that edge by giving them the ability to rapidly adjust the fighter to real-time challenges in a volatile region. Israel faces constantly evolving threats, such as advanced air defense systems, drones, precision missiles, and electronic warfare attempts by enemy states and non-state actors. The U.S. understands that Israel can't wait months or years for new upgrades. It needs the ability to adapt instantly. Granting custom access to the aircraft's electronics and software gives Israel that flexibility. Israel also has a unique military-industrial base capable of developing high-performance systems that complement the F-35. This includes electronic warfare technology, indigenous weapon systems, advanced communications, and specialized countermeasure suites. For example, Israel uses its own electronic warfare systems onboard the F-35I Adir, giving it defensive and offensive capabilities tailored to Middle Eastern battlefields. This is important because Israel relies heavily on rapid electronic warfare adjustments to counter Iranian defenses, Syrian radar networks, and other threats that shift frequently. The U.S. recognizes that Israeli engineers and defense experts can strengthen the jet without compromising American technology, making Israel a trusted partner capable of modifying the aircraft responsibly. Another reason the U.S. gave Israel deeper customization rights is the long-standing intelligence and defense partnership between the two nations. For decades, the U.S. and Israel have shared high-value intelligence related to missile threats, cyber warfare, and regional activities. This level of cooperation builds trust. The U.S. knows that Israel's modifications aren't intended to expose or reverse-engineer American secrets. Instead, they're meant to improve survivability and mission success. Israel's operational experience also plays a huge role. Few nations fly their jets as often in live combat conditions as Israel does. Their missions aren't training exercises, they're real operational strikes, sometimes weekly. Because of this, Israel provides valuable feedback that helps improve the F-35 program for all users. Their insights help upgrade the jet faster, making the partnership mutually beneficial. Another critical factor is that Israel wanted the F-35 to fully integrate with its existing defense systems. This meant connecting the F-35 with other Israeli aircraft, ground command networks, Iron Dome batteries, and classified intelligence platforms. To make this possible, Israel needed deeper access to the aircraft's communication architecture. The U.S. granted this because Israel operates one of the world's most advanced integrated defense networks, and allowing the F-35 to tap into it only increases the jet's effectiveness in real missions. The result is an aircraft that not only performs as intended but becomes the central node of Israel's multi-layered defense grid. But other countries also operate the F-35. So why aren't they allowed the same level of modification? The answer is extremely simple but often overlooked. Most nations don't need it. The U.S. wants to maintain control over the core software of the F-35 because it protects some of the most sensitive military technologies in the world. Allowing multiple countries to modify it increases the risk of leaks, hacks, or misuse. The more hands that touch the code, the more vulnerable it becomes. The US can't afford those risks with a jet designed to operate for decades. Also, many countries rely fully on US maintenance and upgrades. They simply don't have the technology or infrastructure to design safe and effective modifications. Allowing inexperienced modifications could destabilize the aircraft or compromise its stealth qualities. Israel, however, has both the capacity and the track record proving it can handle these responsibilities. Israel's combat environment is also very different from that of other nations. Most F-35 operators use the aircraft mainly for deterrence or as part of NATO operations. But Israel flies into heavily defended environments where radar coverage, missile threats, and hostile air forces are always ready. Customizing the F-35 allows Israel to install weapons and defensive systems not originally included in the standard design. This includes locally developed air-to-surface missiles, precision standoff weapons, and electronic warfare pods. These additions give the F-35I capabilities that other variants don't possess, tailored specifically for Middle Eastern conflict zones. Another critical difference is time. Israel cannot afford long delays in maintenance or upgrades. In a rapidly changing threat environment, every week matters. With local access to the software, hardware connections, and electronic systems, Israel can troubleshoot problems, apply updates, and create new capabilities without waiting for US approval cycles. This independence ensures that Israel's fleet remains ready at all times, even during sudden military escalations. Additionally, Israel's customization rights reflect its role as a testing ground for the F-35 in real combat. Israel was the first country to use the F-35 in actual operations and later publicly confirmed those missions. These combat lessons are extremely valuable for the entire F-35 program. The US benefits greatly from allowing Israel deeper access because Israel's modifications and feedback often lead to improved global updates, making the jet safer and more effective for all operators. It's also important to understand the political angle. The US gains strategic influence by keeping Israel's military strong and technologically advanced. Israel plays a stabilizing role for American interests in the Middle East. Allowing customization of the F-35 strengthens this partnership and helps maintain regional balance. At the same time, the US still protects its core technology. Israel can customize certain layers, but not the most sensitive inner architecture of the jet. This balance maintains security while giving Israel room to innovate. Israel has also proven over decades that it can operate American technology at the highest standards. Whether it's the F-15, F-16, Apache helicopters, or advanced radar systems, Israel not only operates them but enhances them with its own innovations. This history builds confidence and shows that Israel's modifications will only improve battlefield performance rather than compromise security. Another reason only Israel gets this level of customization is the nature of its threats. Israel faces technologically advanced adversaries supported by global powers, and the battlefield includes electronic attacks, cyber interference, and advanced radar systems. Having the freedom to modify the F-35 means Israel can develop countermeasures that respond to these emerging threats without waiting for international approval. This rapid innovation cycle is something few countries require and even fewer can manage effectively. The US also knows that Israel's modifications keep the jet relevant in ways that benefit American pilots too. If Israel discovers a way to defeat a new Russian radar system or neutralize an Iranian missile threat, those lessons eventually feed back into US upgrades. This gives the F-35 global adaptability, strengthening it for decades to come. Another key reason Israel receives this unique privilege is the security agreement structure. Unlike many countries, Israel signs special risk management protocols directly with the US Department of Defense, allowing certain controlled access. These agreements are custom, strict, and highly protected. This type of arrangement is not offered to most allies because the security risk would be too high. Israel's intelligence sharing history helps reinforce the trust necessary for such agreements. Furthermore, Israel's domestic defense companies, such as Elbit Systems and Israel Aerospace Industries, work closely with the F-35 program. These companies have a proven track record of producing world-class military technology, including helmet-mounted displays, communication systems, and mission planning tools. Many of these systems are already used by the US military. Because of this strong technological relationship, the US feels comfortable allowing Israeli hardware and software to be integrated into the F-35 without compatibility or security issues. Another factor is that Israel's operational doctrine is different from that of other nations. Israel prioritizes rapid response, autonomous mission planning, and surgical precision. By customizing the F-35, Israel ensures the aircraft aligns perfectly with its doctrine rather than adapting its doctrine around the jet. This flexibility dramatically increases the jet's combat effectiveness when flown by Israeli pilots. Even politically, this arrangement makes sense. The US gains a regional partner that uses its most advanced aircraft not just for defense but for maintaining stability that aligns with American strategic interests. Giving Israel customization rights deepens military ties and ensures long-term cooperation between the two countries. Lastly, Israel's F-35 program demonstrates how trust and operational necessity can shape the capabilities of even the most restricted fighter jet in the world. Only Israel is allowed to modify the aircraft at this level because it brings together combat experience, technological capability, political alignment, and decades of mutual trust with the United States. For the US, this partnership strengthens its own global defense posture. For Israel, it ensures that the F-35I Adir is not just a fighter jet, but a platform tailored for survival in one of the most dangerous regions on Earth. And that's why Israel stands alone in having the rare privilege to customize the F-35. It's a combination of necessity, trust, capability, and shared strategic goals that no other nation matches in the same way.